We just had a huge Madden 25 patch yesterday where EA claims to have patched the two most common disengaged A-gap blitzes in the game, the nickel double mug and the 4-3 over. So what is the move on defense now? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to break down the best defense in the game after the patch. Let's get straight to it. So first of all, are the rumors true? Did the 4-3 over and double mug get patched? Well, let me show you guys, it might not be as clear-cut and obvious as you think. Now, the defensive playbook I'm in is the Seahawks for this video. They have the double mug, the 4-3 over, they have the dollar. They have a lot of the more popular defenses that people were running before this patch. Now, I'm just going to sub some fast guys in a D-tackle, make sure we got what we need for the 4-3 over, and we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look at this 4-3 over. So, before the patch, this defense was super annoying. Basically, it's just a pinch defensive line crash down, which I put a video on this. But, you know, you run this a few times, it was pretty much guaranteed it was going to come free here and there. It wasn't going to all the time, but pretty good, right? Now, right there, we got literally no pressure, right? So, you know, could be fluke, though. So let's try it like 2 or 3 more times to really get a good look at it. And then I'm going to show you guys what I think is the best defense in the game now. So, second play, same thing, got picked up really well. And I'm just going to tell you guys, I've played against people still trying to run this 4-3 over, and this is pretty much what happened. It does not work anymore. So I think it's safe to say the 4-3 over is dead. However, what about the double mug? The double mug was probably overall the most common defense in the game before the patch. And I will tell you guys, you actually want to do it from the nickel double mug, not the 2-4. The 2-4 is just not as consistent. With this, you're going to want your coaching adjustments on. You're going to want to put alignment set on default. Auto flip on, alignment set to default. Option defense on conservative, and really anything past that is up to you. Most important thing about this is really just, like I said, just make sure your D tackles and D linemen are fast. Your ends are actually going to go in coverage a decent amount, so if they're good in coverage, that is definitely a plus. Play is going to be mid blitz 0, and we're really going to get into this, man. This actually, I'm going to tell you guys, it did not get patched. This is still fire, and I'm going to show you guys the biggest key to running this after the patch that, you know, a lot of people are glossing over. So, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit me with a subscribe, follow the channel, you know what I'm saying. Give me a comment, like the video. If I get to 500 likes on this video, I will post another great defense post-patch. So, before patch, there's a lot of different ways to set this up. But, you know, people control ends and all sorts of stuff. Right now, I think there's 2 really, really good ways. So first of all, we're going to just go and pinch the defense. And, you know, once you pinch the defense, we're going to crash them down. So to pinch the defense, it's just basically going to be that where it moves up your D lineman, pinches in your D lineman, I should say, moves up your DBs. Then we're going to crash the line down. To crash the line down, we do that by hitting left on the D-pad, down on the right analog stick. Now at this point, you could just split 6. And when you blitz 6, it's actually very hard to deal with, but you don't need to. So like one of the easiest things to do is just zone out these D-ends, especially just putting them in like flats and hook zones. But the biggest key after this patch especially, and it was even a key before the patch too, it's just a lot of people didn't really realize how important it was, is you needed to take the safety on the running back and stand in the gap, whether it be over the tackle, over the center. And honestly, it's nice to change up the gap you stand in because that's what makes it so annoying to block this blitz. Now, as you guys see there, that's exactly what happens. And that's what they said they did away with, but it's just not true. I've played this game so much for hours and hours since the patch. I've watched other players play, and this blitz is still coming in very consistently. It might not be as good as it was before the patch, but I mean, it is still good. At first, when I got on here, I believed them. I was like, oh yeah, they patched double mug. Let's look at something else. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just give it a shot. And I was like, they didn't patch this. Look, you're still getting the A-gap, disengage. It's consistent too. It's not going to just be once in a while. So again, pinch defense, crash the line down. Then we're just going to zone the ends out, and we're going to stand in the gap, man. You're going to see that if we run this back a couple times here, look at this. You're going to get guys coming up the gap untouched almost every time. If you're looking to get better at Madden 25 and win more games, sportsgamers.com is the place to be. Check out my Madden VIP membership where you get access to all of my Madden 25 content all year long. You'll get access to every offensive and defensive game plan I release, all of my secret premium tips that I release every week for my VIP members, And finally, access to my VIP community with guaranteed updates all year long. Click the link in the description and use coupon code DUKE for 10% off your order. Let's dominate together, boys. The problem with this defense still remains, and it's that basically the tackles, they don't do anything. When you have these 4 guys hitting the A-gap like this, the tackles are basically taken out of the play, and they can't help. So you're basically got a 4-on-3, and that's why pretty much no matter what you do, somebody consistently comes free. Now, it might not be the same guy every time. It might be as fast every time, but somebody's coming free. And this is why, the running back was not really too helpful before the patch either, and it still is not, is because, you can block him, and he might slow the blitz down a little bit, but, he's just, look, yeah, he blocks the guy, but he just gets ran over. So, definitely would recommend checking this defense out. I believe that it was not patched at all. Maybe it was somewhat slowed down, but it's still there. And if you want to say, oh, well, what about if you slide protect? Well, a lot of people have given 100 different methods on how to pick this up. A lot of people like doing the half slide method. I can promise you the half slide method, it does not work. Watch. Is that really what we want? No, it's not. Because if you look at this, let me zoom in here. Again, you're kind of getting a situation where does anyone come 100% free? No. But if you put this on a timer, 1 Mississippi, right after 2 Mississippi, you're getting sacked. That's way too fast, and it's just because these guys attacking the A-gap, the O-line does a horrible job with. The O-line is supposed to be smarter now to where this doesn't work, but clearly it doesn't. And I want to tell you guys, if people are half sliding you, if you just leave your D-line rushing, they're half sliding you, you're going to be screwed because when you half slide, that just lets the DN come completely free. So this half slide rumor is definitely not true. It does not work. If you rush 4, it probably will stop the immediate A-gap sack, but it's not going to stop the disengage. And it's very obvious when someone's half sliding because the O-line blocks the A-gap differently. As soon as you know someone's doing that, you just blitz 6 1 or 2 plays and they get sacked before they can even do anything. And I know you're going to say, well, what about the full slide? Again, that doesn't consistently do anything either because it's the same problem. If we go ahead and blitz 6, you guys can see I'll do a full slide. You're just going to get one of the guys coming free off the edge when they rush 6. Now, if they block running back into a full slide and they rush 4, I'll show you, it can be okay, but again, it's the same problem where you're going to get disengages. And again, because you're hovering in the box, it just keeps changing the assignment. Like right here, I'm hovering the box, so, if I'm rushing 6, that guy's still going to come free with a full slide, even when the running back's blocked. Look, it's no good. That guy's coming free every time. So that doesn't really do much for us. Again, yeah, if they send 4 at you, you probably can block the A-gap right away, but it's really not going to do much past that. So again, we're going to do a full slide. We're going to block the running back, and I'm only sending 4. And as you guys can see here, it's just not good. Yeah, the guy did block the A-gap at first, but again, because same problem with the half slide. And same problem really before the patch. Because we have 4 guys hitting the middle just like this, someone's going to get disengaging really quickly. So again, if we put a count on it, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, at about, just again, same thing as the half slide, just after 2 Mississippi, we're sacked. And when we're only rushing 4, throwing into all-out man with zones underneath, with a good user too, it's no good, man. So I don't know where the false information came that this defense got patched. It did not. It still works. I would say maybe the O-line, probably the O-line does block a little bit better, but it doesn't make much of a difference. This is still going to be the most meta defense in the game. You still need to run it yourself. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. This is the best defense in the game after the patch, honestly, still. So, I'm out.